Apa tu Mirul? Mirul yang jaga slide
Yang slide apa Dr. Raihan yang jaga ni saya?
Oh ya.
Ya.
Dr. Raihan. Tapi untuk siapa yang masuk tu Mirul jaga
Ya betul ya saya.
Okay. So just to let you know, okay, we also have few student. There is a master science student and PhD student juga. So ramai sebenarnya berminat. Kalau perasan tu tak perasan ke Mirul?
Perasan.
Yang nama-nama Okay, kita ada beberapa juga yang memang berminat nak masuk, nak belajar hari ni. Okay, so I pass the baton to Arisha.
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Do you hear my voice? Dengar? Okay. So, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, I bid to our beloved lecturer, Dr. Siti Normi Alias. Also, our guest speaker for today's session, Dr. Nur Raihan Che Nawi, and to all my beloved friends. So today we will have a session in learning on how to manage qualitative data for beginners. So before we start, let me introduce first our guest speaker today. So today we will have Dr. Nur Raihan Che Nawi. She is a research assistant as well as a project manager for MRUN research, which is the Malaysia Research Universities Network. So yeah, so today, therefore, without further ado, I would like to invite Dr. Nur Raihan to start the session. Please welcome. Thank you.
Okay, thank you Arisha. Okay, Assalamualaikum and very good morning to all of you. Thank you because inviting me. Okay, especially I would like to thanks to Dr. Nomi, Amirul and Arisha and the team because you want to know, you want to invite me to share how to do QDA, or we call it qualitative data analysis for beginner. So do not worry, I will not take a longer time you guys, but I will try my best to share QDA as a beginner, okay? Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Can we start now? But I have to share my, okay host, Hadi boleh share, saya nak share slide. Hadi.
Boleh.
Host kena disable dulu, nak screen
Sekejap
sharing.
Sekejap
Okay, it's okay.
Macam mana nak buat dah? Saya lupa.
Okay, Hadi klik yang share screen tu.
Ya betul. Okay.
Yang ada button yang share sebelah tu kan?
Ya betul. Okay.
Atau Hadi klik multiple can share tu. Ada tak?
Alright. Dah. Okay, settle. Boleh ke Dr. Raihan?
Okay, kejap ya, saya cuba.
Alright.
Hadi, I think better pakai yang saya bagi kat awak lah. Sebab saya tak boleh nak buka. Okay. So semua boleh nampak slide ya? Okay, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So, okay. So I will start actually what QDA. Okay. So QDA refer to qualitative data analysis. In QDA, you have to working with data which is organized, breaking, synthesize, searching for pattern, coding, category, and theme. Okay, actually coding, category, and theme. This term we already stated, introduced co-cat. Okay, it's okay. I will explain later. So, working with QDA, we want to discovering and decide what you will tell reader. Okay, so this process of systematic searching and arranging the data to answer the research question. Okay, each member. Okay, okay, ketua.
So,
Okay,
Birul dapat mute kawan kita punya sound tu.
okay. So please remember, in qualitative, you have to answer research question. Okay. Okay, the next one. QDA, they have 6 steps. Okay, for your information, in qualitative, data are analyzed continually throughout the research process. Is okay. I will explain later. In QDA, you have 6 steps. Okay, the first one, sorting and preparing data. The second one, read the entire data. The third one, coding data. Next, categorize and theme. And the last step is interpret data. Okay, please remember co-cat, coding, category, and theme. Okay. In this diagram, show that qualitative research known as reciprocal process, which is kalau dalam bahasa Melayu timbal balik. We don't have, we can go, for example, after you coding, after coding in what we call this step 3, you can go back to read the entire data. Okay, so this is process in qualitative. It's not like in one direction. You can go back and back. Okay. Okay, next one. Okay, the first step, sorting and prepare the data. Okay, the first step, you have to prepare the raw data, for example, voice recording. Okay, so you the raw data, a video recording, transcript, or photo. After that, you have to write a field note if applicable in your study. And also you have to segregate and organize data according to the type based on the data source. Okay, I just want to share, it's okay if you don't have a video, what we call it, voice recorder. For me, nowadays we have a smartphone, right? So you can use a smartphone as a voice recorder. It help you. But if you postgraduate student, I suggest you buy a voice recorder because you need a lot of data collection. Okay. So then, okay, next, transcribe. Okay, transcribe under step number 1. So I'm not sure, do you heard about transcribe? This is like your first time, or I'm not sure. So I know if as a beginner, transcribe like alien for you. You do not know what actually transcribe means. Okay, transcribe actually is a script or dialogue based on the conversation. Okay, so transcribe. What is transcribing? Okay, transcribing. You have to listening the voice recording. Use any, it's okay, you use any music player and converting them into written document, including coughing or anything you heard about during transcribing. Okay, so the process of transcribing is the first step in QDA. Okay, remember, that's why in qualitative, researcher as a main instrument. Why? Because from the we develop interview protocol. After that, we manage our self data. So that's why in qualitative, we as a main instrument. Compare quantitative instrument refer to questionnaire, but in okay, but in qualitative, you are as a main instrument. Okay, for example, converting data in the form of audio recording, content interview, between researcher and informant, focus group discussion, FGD, uh, video recording, and field note. Okay, the next. The process also required attention, time, and patience during transcribing. Okay, why I give some tips, 20 until 40 minutes per interview, because this is based on my experience. I give you suggestion to do your interview session within 20 until 30 minutes are the best, okay, are the best. And 45 minutes are the maximum, okay, the maximum. Why? It will take a lot of time to do transcribing. Okay, why I say like that? Okay, because I'm not lying you actually, because for your information, normally 20 minutes per interview session, your pages around 20 page, okay, around that. Can you imagine if your interview session take 60 minutes or 1 hour or 2 hours? Can you imagine how long you take the time to do transcribing? For sure, it take a long day. Maybe makan hari. Okay. So transcribe process also can provide an opportunity to researcher to understand the content of the conversation. Okay, get it? Okay, boleh tak ni semua? I hope you can get some idea. Okay. So the next one. Oh, what happened to?
Bolehkah Dr. Raihan?
Kejap ya. I do not know.
Tekan je, klik je. Boleh? Klik je belah kanan. On your right side.
Okay. Okay. Okay, the next one. Okay, this is an example, transcribe. So you can write down your interviewer name, interviewer date and location. Okay, then you I think this one a good practice lah. You write minute. Actually good practice, because why? You can easy to recheck again if you feel that have a missing some word or in the future. Okay. Okay. If some word inaudible, so you can just write XXX to refer that word that you not hear. Okay. For example, this is like what I did in my transcript before this. Okay, kerja nak, I not heard that one, so I just write XXX, so it show that okay, this word inaudible. Okay, so the next one, organize data. Okay, it's still in first step. So as you can see, okay, once the transcribe process is complete, it is necessary to organize the data by section for easy use. Okay, a number may be assigned to each interview code field note into specific section according to the data. The data was collected or according to the text, or save the data according to the section in the folder. Okay, as you can see at the right slide, this is how I organize my data. I namely the folder based on informant name and date data collection. Why? Because it's easy for me to reuse again. Okay. So this is content in the folder. Okay. So this folder contain audio recording, transcribe original, transcribe open coding, and info related informant. Okay. As you can see here, they have two type of transcript. which is original and open coding. Okay, why I maintain the original one? Because I can recheck back if necessary based on the original one. Okay, why? In open coding, you already do some data reduction and also you do the open coding. So this one already messy. So that's why I keep the original one. Okay, get it? Okay. Okay, the next one, the second step. Okay, the second step. So the second step is read the entire data. Okay, so you have to read the entire data. Why you have to read the entire data? Because you have to understand the data. And then you can reflect the whole meaning. Sometimes researcher not not alert with invisible input during data collection, which is interview session. So identify the credibility of the data compared to others' data. This stage also, researchers start to make and write a preliminary conclusion or idea based on the data. Okay. Oh, can I proceed or you want to? Boleh lagi ya?
Any question from the audience? Okay. I thought Dr. Raihan will allow any question during the presentation. So any question from
Doctor?
Okay.
Okay, my name is Ashraf. I'm a master student. It is my first time actually. I'm gonna make my master using qualitative. Okay,
Okay.
so for a beginner, you said like when we are going to conclude the idea and everything. So what is the best way for us like to have the ideas from the raw data? I state maybe we can wrongly misunderstand all this.
Okay. Okay, to be honest, thank you, Encik Ashraf. Yeah. Okay. To be honest, I'm also quite new in qualitative because during my first degree and master, I did my research in quantitative, but in PhD, I did my research in qualitative. For the first interview, I mean transcribe, what we call it, very difficult for me because I have low basic qualitative. So what I did is, okay, I just come up with the idea first. What I read, okay, I just comment. So maybe this is the input, maybe. But when you practice a lot, you can compare the first time you give the input, I mean comment or coding, compare the after that. So you can see that, oh, this is, you have a skill, a lot skill. Yes, qualitative, you have a lot of skill. It will develop your skill. Okay, it's okay. I will show you how to. Maybe you can get some idea after this. Okay, is it okay?
All right, thank you. I get it.
Okay.
okay, sila Arisha. Yang untuk disk 3004, jangan tak tanya soalan potong markah.
Dr. Raihan, I want to ask, tadi doktor ada cakap yang bila ada word yang macam kita tak dengar sangat time recording tu, kita akan tulis X kan?
Ya. Yeah.
Oh, jadi bila dia akan affect kita punya outcome ke? Akan affect kita punya conclusion semua ke?
Okay, actually, thank you Arisa. Actually, sebenarnya a good practice, you have to go back to your informant back. Okay? Why I kata kenapa saya cakap macam tu? Sebab you have to confirm. Okay, contoh after you finish your transcribe, you have to go back to your informant to check whether apa yang you type sama apa yang dia cakap. Or you rasa missing that sentence, you boleh tanya, okay, boleh tak ni word ni you nak cakap apa ya? Oh, kalau I ingat balik ini pasal creator, contoh. Oh, creator. That's why in qualitative we have a member check. Member check itu refer kepada informant. Maksudnya after you collect your data, you done your transcribe, then you must go back to informant again to confirm what you already you salin word tu. So that's why maybe kalau you ada baca, member check tu penting sebab you want to validate your transcribe with informant. Okay. Dapat tak Arisa?
Dapat. Thank you, Doktor.
Okay. Boleh lah Okay. Actually, for the next one, familiar with data. Okay. Can you imagine if your transcribe content 30 or 40 pages? So for sure, you have a lot of data. So how if you have 2 or 3 informant? So for sure, you have a lot, you have read many page, okay? So since you have a lot of data or dumping of data, so you have to arrange according to certain part, then it's a time to get familiar with data, okay? So this process include listening to the content of the interview on the tape recording or audio recording. You have to rewatch the video. You have to read and read and read and read. Okay, repeat. Okay, repeatedly. Data, making notes or making summarize before the formal analyze process start. Okay. So firstly, after you already finish your transcribe, you go back to informant. After that, you have to familiar with data. Okay, you have to listen sambil you read the transcribe, you can on your recording, audio recording. Okay. So this stage are important stage, especially if the data collection and transcribe process is not done by researcher. Okay, for your information, some researcher mostly on if dia orang engage with a research project, researcher akan hire someone to do transcribing process. And nowadays they also have a software converting from audio recording to word, but that one only in English, not in Malay. If you conduct in Malay, you have to do yourself lah. You have to type, listening and type. Okay. So my suggestion as a beginner, try do your transcribing your own, because this is polish your skill listening and converting into the word. Also at the same time you will familiar with the data. Okay. Okay, for example, this is what I did before this. Okay, this is an example how I reduce irrelevant text. Okay. So this why I did this before, because during coding process I can save my time, read the relevant text only. Okay, so you can look at in the red color, so it refer to that. Okay, this is not irrelevant text. Okay, so you save your time during coding process. So during coding process, when I saw the red line, I already know, okay, this one relevant text, not answering my research question. So I can save my time. So just focusing the others lah. So I know it help you, but I'm not sure others student or researcher do like this, but this is like what I did. Seriously, maybe for the first time, I do not know how to do, but because this one still will develop. Maybe after third informant, if I'm not mistaken, I do like this. Seriously, it help you during coding process. Okay. Okay.
Dr. Raihan, maybe you may specify how how you do this?
Sorry?
I mean, maybe you may specify how you do this. Perhaps the system, numbering system on your left side, and then how it comes with the comment on your right side.
Okay, actually this one under words. Or you want to I show you?
Yeah, please.
Okay. Okay, for example, this is a transcribe my informant. Okay. The numbering, the numbering, the numbering. Oh my God, I already forget how can I get this number. Someone can help me?
If I'm not mistaken, somewhere that is continuous. Sebab dah lama dah tak buat kuali ni.
Yes, because this one to 2016, 2017.
Yang ada continuous, dia bukan yang that the numbering tu.
Okay.
Insert,
Okay.
insert.
Okay, for example, line 141, okay, according to Dr. L, kemalangan lah. So, kemalangan itu betul-betul menyedar saya. So, I highlight this and I right click and then go to new comment. So, I put what and I just write, kenapa cebur HBB. That's all. So this is the first time what I did. Okay, this is my first time because this slide, this transcribe, almost how many pages? 43 pages. Memang akan pening. So that's why I have to line with a red color. So I know that that one is not relevant. Okay, get it? Okay.
Ada soalan? Sorry Dr. Raihan sebab dah dapat speaker yang bagus ni nak korek juga banyak-banyak ilmu.
Oh my
Cepat.
God.
Tanya. Okay, please. Miro.
Okay, tak apa.
Okay.
Tak apa, share dulu dah.
Apa? Oh, saya dulu. Okay. Okay, Dr. Raihan.
Yes, yeah.
Nak tanya, macam mana doktor tahu yang ayat tu relevan dengan tak relevan? Macam tadi
Okay.
tu macam kemalangan, macam ayat dia simple tapi sebenarnya dia relevan. Macam nak tahu?
Okay, during you nak buat coding, you must answer your research question. You have to go back your research question. Okay? So that's why I know, okay, kemalangan tu why? Because I want to know kenapa, why these young people want to be as a social entrepreneur. Okay? So that sentence can give meaning for the analysis nanti. That's why I feel that okay, kemalangan tu lah dia punya turning point dia to be as a social entrepreneur. Okay, get it? So please during you read the entire data, make sure your research question duduk sebelah. You have to write down your research question during in some notes or mana-mana nota. You just letak tepi, then you read the entire data. So masa you when you read the transcript, you can refer back your research question. That's why if we go to first step, okay, that's why process of systematic searching and arranging data to answer the research question. So you have to go back to research question during you want to do your transcript, during you want to tackle what issue. Boleh?
Doktor. Okay.
Okay. Hadi nak tanya apa-apa?
Ya doktor. Contoh-contoh lah. Kalau if for example kan during this step yang reduce the irrelevant text kan. Kita ada kebarangkalian nak
Aha.
cut point yang penting tak? Ada kebarangkalian tak?
Maybe ada kebarangkalian. That's why we have to maintain our transcript yang original.
Okay, faham.
Sebab maybe as a beginner, untuk first informant, second informant, we feel that one is not really relevant text. Okay? Bila you dah collect data kelima, keenam for informant 6 or 7, you feel that I think rasa macam okay, first informant, second informant dah touch benda ni. So you have to go back again, you check balik. Oh, this one ada. So you ambil lah text tu to support your category nanti. So that's why in qualitative, kita tak ada one direction untuk collect data. So we can timbal balik. You can go back and back. Okay, get it?
Boleh doktor? Thank you.
Okay, boleh Ya saya.
May I ask one more question?
Okay.
Okay, now tadi doktor sebut transcript original dan transcript open coding. Is
Okay.
this yang doktor show sekarang, is that the transcript yang open coding?
Yeah, open coding.
Dia dah messy.
Ah,
This one yang open coding. Oh, faham?
faham
Faham.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, doktor.
Okay, sama-sama. Okay, boleh tak kita continue again? But actually please for the next step, you have to give a full attention because this step is important part in QDA. Okay, boleh Kita nak take break kejap ke 4-5 minit.
Lagi ni semua dah minum Milo ni Dr. Raihan.
Okay, boleh So we proceed for the next step. Okay. Okay, I hope who listen me today, please give a full of attention because this step quite difficult. So please give attention. If you have any question, you can ask me, okay? Okay, the next step is coding. Okay, the next step is coding. What is coding? Okay, coding is a process of organize data into section and segment based on text before convey the meaning of the data. Coding data refer to most important part of data reduction. Okay, this process involves read the transcript to determine the pattern, write sentences as code, then read all the data and label. Okay. Okay, this is example how I code. Maybe I already explained before this. So, for example, if you feel that, okay, you can look at pink color. First was interested into this field when I was in Indonesia lah waktu saya pelajar. So, I code this one waktu saya pelajar perubatan. Okay, so this is how you code. Okay, but remember you have to look back your research question. You cannot simply highlight or code not answer your research question. Okay, please, you have to you kena buatkan research question like your best friend. Okay, during the process coding process. Okay, the next one. Okay, coding process. Coding is the process of combining the data of either category and theme and then making similar passage of that text with a code level so that they can easily be retrieved at a later stage for future comparison and analysis. Coding in the data make it easy to search the data, to make comparison, and to identify any pattern that required further investigation. Code can be based on theme, topic, idea, concept, term, phrase, or keyword. Okay, usually it is passage of text, can be section of an audio or video recording, or part of image. Okay, sorry, this is very wordy. It's okay. I will show you how to do before this. Okay, after this, okay. So all passengers and chunk that are put the same way, that is with the same level, have been judged. Actually, judge me more to validate. Okay, to be about the same topic, theme, and concept. Okay, in general, there are three coding process. We call it open coding, actual coding, and selective coding. Okay, for open coding, openly to find variable in form of code. Okay, then actual coding try to develop category from those code. While and the third one, selective coding, select code and category that can only give meaning or interpretation or story. So actually, this is term that you have to remember. Co-cat, okay? Co-cat. Co refer to code or refer to open coding. Car refer to category or actual coding. And T, thing refer to actual coding. Please remember co-cat because it's easy for you during QDA. Okay? Okay, this is example also how to do coding. I already showed before this based on what I did, but this one is an example. Maybe you can put based on the paragraph. It's up to you. Okay. Okay. Also this one. This one, he or she just line the word that feel that give the meaning for the research question. Okay. So the next step is categorize. Okay. Before this, I already explained about co. Now I explain about car. Okay. After listening, after listing open coding, actually, basically after second informant or second transcript, you have to make a list of a code. Okay. After that, you have to group together similar code and redundant code to develop the category. Okay. It's okay. Jangan risau, lepas ni kita ada video so you boleh senang faham lah. So the objective of coding, we want to reduce the long list of code to a smaller, more manageable number. Okay, this stage important to define data separation as the point when no new information in the data. Sudah. What is data separation? Okay, maybe co-cat is your, okay, transcript is your first time term that you heard. Okay, after that, co-cat, first time also for as a beginner. And then data saturation. Okay, data saturation is like quite familiar if you do qualitative research. Okay, what actually data saturation? Okay, data saturation actually what we call it, entire bringing new information continuously into the data until the data set is complete, as indicated by data duplication and redundancy. So saturation is reached when the researcher gather the data to the point when nothing new is being added. Okay, saya tahu mesti rasa ramai macam, apa pula maksud data saturation ni? It's okay, I will explain later. So, according to Creswell and Pott 2018, explain that the inquirer no longer find new information that add to an understanding of the category. The data or data category should be saturated. The researcher should not saturate the numbers of study participants. Okay. Okay, for example, I showed the example first. Okay, this is how to report in your FYP or your thesis. Okay, what is data saturation? Okay, For example, you read in this study, the five informant have achieved data saturated where no more information occur. It is then the researcher decide to stop doing data collection. Okay. Therefore, the researcher argued that the repetition of the data information has reached the point of saturation of data on the five informant. Okay. Maksudnya peringkat maksudnya at kategori masa you nak buat kategori, itulah menentukan you should stop your data collection or not. If kategori you dah tepu, you should stop your data collection, then no need to collect data lagi. Okay, itu yang dimaksudkan dengan data saturation. Okay, ada soalan dulu sebelum saya proceed?
Ada, saya nak tanya.
Okay, sila-sila.
Okay, doktor, saya nak tanya. So, based on the data saturation, right? What if like daripada the pilot study sendiri, the data is already saturated? Perlu kita continue atau tidak?
Okay, saya nak tanya, pilot study tu you buat berapa ni ya?
2.
Kalau I'm not sure, based on my experience ataupun my okay macam ni. Dia tengok you kena guna pendekatan apa. What approach that use in qualitative. If let's say you use a narrative or biography approach, maybe 2 is enough. But I'm not sure in degree level. You degree ke apa? Postgraduate ke?
Degree. Final year.
Okay, final year. Maybe you can ask your supervisor first. But I cannot give, nanti you cakap, okay Dr. Raihan cakap boleh. No, I tak boleh contoh, okay? Sebab you kena...
Dr. Nomi kata tak boleh. Nomi kata tak boleh.
Sebab dia macam, sebab you akan ditanya nanti. Masa you nak viva nanti ataupun you nak present your data nanti. If your examiner was good in qualitative, they will ask you, how do you determine, maksudnya macam mana you boleh tahu this one data saturated? Even you kata dah dua. Okay. So some like my friend pun masa dia nak buat tu dia kata I nak cuba lagi lah. So you maybe try for the third interview, maybe to strengthen your decision to stop to data collection. That one is my opinion.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, ada soalan lagi?
Salina.
Okay, kalau
Salina tak ada soalan Salina. Hamidah pun ada. Salina tak ada soalan.
Belum lagi, saat lagi tengah kumpul.
Okay. Boleh. It's okay, tak apa. Sebab saya just takut, just nak clear untuk ni Boleh
Right.
Okay, next. Saya proceed for the next slide. Okay. Team. Okay. Co-cat. Okay, so team, the next step. What is team? Okay. Step yang kelima, team. Okay. In this step, you have to, actually this is a process of looking for category that cut across code. Okay. Category must have definition that comprise the code include under them. After categorize, you can identify team. Okay. You cannot clarify something as a team unless it cut across to the data. Okay. Team should answer the research question of the study. Okay, please remember in qualitative, our finding, they should answer the research question. That's why during the code, category and team, it already macam nak answer the research question. Okay. Okay, for the next one. Okay, team should reflect the purpose of research. That's why we want to follow the what we call it research question. We have to answer the research question. Okay, be mutual exclusive. The unit of data can only be placed in one category. Okay, be complete enough to include all relevant data, and theme should be more conceptual than category, and both should be conceptual congruent at the same conceptual level. Okay. Okay.
Dr. Raihan,
Okay.
what does it mean by mutually exclusive?
Okay, maksudnya team tu you tak boleh ada contoh dalam team team A tak boleh ada dalam team B. Maksudnya dia tak boleh ada redundant. Contoh dalam team A ada mention pasal minat. Dalam team B tak boleh ada minat juga. Itu yang dimaksudkan mutual exclusive. Okay? Boleh?
Okay, be complete. Maaf lah, saya memang kalau bab ilmu ni saya tamak sikit saya suka tanya
Okay.
banyak.
Be complete tu maksudnya data tu, team tu maksudnya kita terus listkan semuanya. Okay? Semua relevant data kita kena include dalam tu. So kita tak boleh lah macam just ada satu team atau dua team, tapi but this one based on the research lah, based on your research question juga.
Doctor, in case
Yes, saya.
like for the teams, usually like to create the team, is it we are referring to the previous research, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so in case like the things that we are doing that is not very clear in the past research, so how we're gonna like
Okay, that's why we conduct qualitative, because we want to explore the new finding, the new information. So maybe our finding, our team is not based on the past previous research. Maybe you will produce a new information, new team. By
so
like
is
my
it like when we doing all the coquette and everything, so when we are like putting new things, so we can create like new teams into the research, is it?
yeah.
All right, got it.
Sebab I just want to share during my previous my thesis tu, masa I buat PhD, mostly I can find that I have around banyaklah juga team, a new team never discussed before. So this is why we conduct qualitative, because we want to get we want to explore, and then we want to contribute a new information. Okay?
Another question, Dr. Raihan, from me.
Yes.
Okay, so actually in terms of the ranking, we should start with coding, and then we have teams, and after that categories. Am I correct?
Co-cat, coding, categories, and team.
Categories and team. Okay, so what does it mean here? Teams should be more conceptual. Is it means that teams should be defined more general compared to categories?
Actually teams will what we call it, dia macam answer your research question, but content dalam team tu ada yang relevant text. Maksudnya dah grouping in the same group. So dia macam apa yang panggil reflect. Okay, reflect. But for the team you have to define, actually you have define why this team macam tu macam ni. You have to give the definition. Okay?
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Okay.
So is it like the teams comes after the category? All right. So is it like the lower parts of the category?
Okay, so that's why you have to remember co-cat. Co for coding. After that, you group for the coding to make a category. So category stand for car. After that, you grouping the category to the team, T. So that's why how to develop co-cat. Co, code, car, category, T for team. Okay?
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Doctor,
So, yes saya.
I want to ask, what is mean by that it both should be conceptually congruent? Tak
Okay.
faham sangat. Thank you.
Okay, tak apa. Sorry, ini memang bahasa sangat apa ni. It's okay, macam sebenarnya team ni kita boleh buat as a conceptual level. Maksudnya kita boleh keluarkan as a display. Maksudnya daripada hasil kajian kita ni, kita boleh display kita punya ni as a conceptual. Okay? It's okay, nanti saya akan tunjuk macam mana apa yang dimaksudkan benda ni, conceptual ni.
Okay, Doctor. Thank you.
Okay? Okay. So, any question before I proceed to video, so maybe you have some idea how to manage your data. Boleh? Okay. Okay, I will play video. This one around 4 minutes only. So this video about constant comparative. Actually, this video show you how to manage co-cat category, code category, and team. Okay, enjoy.
Dr. Raihan, is there any voice, Dr. Raihan?
Sorry?
Ada voice tak? Supposedly ada voice tak?
Sorry?
Supposedly video ni ada suara tak?
Ada tapi tak ni ya.
Tak dengar.
Tak apa. Kalau tak dengar pun okay. Just tengok dia punya pattern je. Okay. Okay. I hope you guys get some idea how to do pocket actually. Perasan tak during dia ambil apa orang kata apa bin tu, dia lempar. So after that what? Try nak nampak pattern. Okay, dia put kat situ, put kat sini kan. So this is how you will do your QDA. Okay. After that macam dia tak nampak for the first time, maybe dia macam tak nampak lagi pattern. After that the second time, dia ambil lagi bins tu, dia letak balik, so dia try tengok pattern. Okay, dia nampak tak nampak, nampak tak nampak. Some code dia boleh bertukar. You kena rearrange lagi, rearrange lagi, rearrange lagi. After that, you collect data lagi for the third time, dia buat lagi. The same process. You grouping. After that, you collect data lagi. Perasan tak ada kali yang kelima atau keempat, dia macam takut-takut nak ambil lagi ke tak nak ambil lagi. So this one, dia rasa data tu already saturated, but to be confirmed is okay. I think I want to collect data again. So dia ambil lagi bins, dia try to coding lagi. So this is the process of Cocat. Or maybe you can get some ideas after this. Okay ke tak?
Doktor faham.
Faham
Nampak kacang tu lagi faham.
Oh, nampak kacang, yes. That's why kena ada video supaya you
Dalam
all nampak.
plastik tu raw data lah kan?
Dalam plastik tu adalah interview. Session.
Hasil interview tu kan? Okay, faham.
Faham
Faham.
Perasan tak ada satu time tu tangan tu macam dia gerak-gerak, macam dia tak sure. Nak collect data ke tak nak?
Ambil ke tidak? Sebab tak pastilah kita sebagai researcher tak pasti. Betul ke tidak?
Yes. Dia macam dia rasa macam I'm not sure data dah saturated ke tak. Saturated or not. Berbelah bagi. So that's why dia kata okay, dia nak collect data lagi. So dia ambil lagi bins tu, dia buat lagi.
Oh, okay.
So this is a process of qualitative. Alright. Okay? Any question? Okay, kalau tak ada, kita pergi for the next slide. Okay, actually this is a good practice in QDA based on the previous video. So for the first step, you have to do the data collection for first informant. After that, you do transcribe. Okay. Lepas tu, ketiga, open coding. Okay, remember for the first informant, you cannot do the category lagi sebab you tak boleh compare with others informant or others transcribe. Okay, remember for first informant, you do data collection first. After that, you do transcribe, then do open coding. Okay. For the second interview or second data collection for second informant, you have to do the same process. You collect data, you do transcribe. After that, you do open coding. Then you try see the pattern if they have redundant or okay ke Mama Ida? Okay. So after you after second step and third step, you do category. You try grouping the same information that you have. You try grouping. Okay, over here maybe you feel that okay, second only have two informant. Maybe your data still not saturated. You go back to data collection for the third informant. Then yes, you have to do transcribe, open coding, and category. If you feel that redundancy data in category and no new information, you can stop for data collection. If you have new information, please, you have to continue again for data collection until data saturated. Okay, please remember, how to determine your data saturated is during your do the category. Okay, so if you feel that your data already no new information, you can proceed for the team. Okay, you have to develop the team. Okay. Okay, why we want to develop team? If no new information, you can stop for data collection and grouping categories to develop team. Okay, it's okay. After this, I will do some exercise with you guys. Maybe you can see the pattern how actually we can do a coding, category, and team. Okay. So have you have any question to ask about this? Actually, this is a good practice. I know some of student um suka macam what we call it, collect data terus. You do interview session in one day. Maybe you collect data 4 interview session in one day. I think they have orang kata pro and cons why you cannot collect data terus dalam satu hari, sebab you do not know whether apa orang kata kategori tu maybe dah saturated ke, you do not know. For example, based on my experience before this, actually I already reach my data saturated pada informant yang kelima, tapi I still continue my data collection until 8. Can you imagine how I want to manage my data? Saya ada 8 informant. I have a lot kerja lah. Okay?
Doktor,
Yes, saya.
is it possible like bila kita dah collect like one or two informant and then like kita tengok like soalan yang kita tanya tu mungkin tak membantu untuk dapatkan apa yang kita nak. So
Yes, that's
ada tak situasi yang kita boleh tukar soalan ke masa kita buat benda ni?
Okay, actually itu sebabnya bagusnya in qualitative we do pilot test. Why? Because we want to check our interview protocol need improvement or not. Maybe sebab mula-mula untuk kita collect interview, maybe kita rasa bila kita tanya soalan tu rasa macam janggal ni tanya ni. Contoh kita nak tanya, makcik, I want to ask makcik, makcik masak nasi pakai apa? Oh, makcik masak pakai periuk. So benda tu macam tak kena tau. So that's why we do a pilot test. We want to upgrade our interview protocol. And the second one, we want to upgrade our skill for interview. Kita nak upgrade diri kita untuk bertanya soalan. Okay, that's why kita kena ada pilot test untuk kita check kita punya interview protocol atau interview guide boleh guna atau tak. Dan pada yang sama juga kita boleh check, okay, this question tak boleh tanya lah, maybe kita kena tanya soalan yang lain macam tu. And then satu juga why kita buat pilot test, because we want to develop skill untuk kita bertanya nanti. Okay? Boleh Cik Ashraf?
Boleh. Cuma tu lah yang saya tanya ni, macam contoh lah, kan kita ada soalan-soalan yang lepas yang tu yang pilot test. After pilot test, yang real question punya ni, boleh lagi kita macam nak tukar ataupun nak ubah sikit-sikit soalan yang kita guna.
Boleh, tak ada masalah.
Okay, so it is possible lah to do things like that.
Yes, sebab kita punya interview guide atau interview protocol tu actually as a guide. Asalkan dia menjawab pada kita punya RQ, itu cukup.
Alright, thank you.
Okay, sama-sama. Okay, next one. Ada lagi ke?
Doktor, macam Cik Ashraf tanya tadi, okay, kalau macam kita boleh ubah soalan tu, itu macam kita panggil probing teknik tu ke yang kita buat cungkil-cungkil?
Ya, saya. Probing,
Probing lah ya.
Probing. Sebab soalan tu kita maintain our interview guide atau interview protocol tu, itu our guide untuk kita buat interview session. Maybe that's why masa kita interview tu, some question kita rasa macam dia tak jawab lagi, itu yang kita kena probing.
Probing. As long dia tak lari daripada RQ lah kan?
Ya, saya.
Kan? Tapi ikut cara kita lah, kesesuaian pada ketika itu.
Yes. Contoh kadang-kadang diorang tak akan jawab, contoh kan kita punya list ni cantik kan, 1 sampai 10 kan contoh. For example kita tanya dia first question, dia pergi jawab question yang ke-10. No
Alright.
problem.
Oh,
No
boleh
problem.
lah
Boleh,
okay.
boleh. No problem. But nanti make sure bila dia dah jawab yang ke-10 ni, try tanya balik yang dia tak jawab tu.
Kita bawa balik lah, kita conduct dia punya tu lah kan.
Yes.
Alright, faham.
Okay, faham ya?
Faham, thank you doktor.
Okay, sama.
Tadi Dr. Raihan Salina dah sebut probing tu, mohon explain apa pula probing.
Okay, actually apa yang dimaksud dengan probing? Probing tu adalah soalan mencongkil. Okay, contoh ya. It's okay if I explain in Malay?
Boleh.
Okay, for example you nak tanya macam contoh nasi lemak. Okay, you want to contoh you study pasal food technology lah contoh You nak tanya macam makcik tu masak nasi lemak macam mana? So dia tanya, makcik boleh tak saya tahu macam mana makcik masak nasi lemak? Oh, saya masak nasi lemak macam biasalah. Kalau makcik tu jawab macam tu. So you kena probing dia. Oh, okay. Boleh tak saya tahu apa langkah-langkah sebelum makcik start masak nasi lemak? Oh, mula-mula makcik basuhlah beras tu, makcik selawat. After that, lepas tu makcik letaklah santan, letak garam. Lepas tu makcik tu diam. Tapi kita nak tahu lagi macam mana. Maybe dia masak secara atas arang ataupun rice cooker ataupun atas dapur. Maybe dia akan beri efek kepada cara nasi lemak tu. Oh, macam tu makcik. Lepas tu makcik tak ada letak ke pandan ke? Sebab saya rasa selalu orang letak pandan, kadang-kadang letak halia lah. Oh, itu terpulang lah. Tapi makcik punya, makcik tak letak benda tu. Makcik just letak bawang je. Contoh. After that, you nak tanya, you kena probe dia lagi. Macam tu. Itu maksudnya probing. You bukannya tanya, makcik masak macam mana? Saya masak guna dapur arang. Oh, dapur arang Kenapa yang makcik guna dapur arang? Oh, sebab kalau dapur arang tu, kalau kayu tu terbakar, dia buatkan nasi lemak tu lagi sedap bau. Oh, macam tu. Kenapa makcik tak guna dapur gas? So makcik tu cakap lah, okay, dapur gas ni dia macam boleh cepatkan hangit. Contoh. So itu pentingnya probing. Sebab you nak tahu kenapa dia masak nasi lemak pakai kayu arang. Dan kenapa dia masak nasi lemak pakai bawang. Okay. Boleh nampak? Jelas?
Doktor,
Yes, saya.
kiranya probing ni dia kira apa, seorang tu dia akan tanya macam soalan continuously pada yang yang kena interview itu sampai kita dapat jawapan yang sepatutnya macam itulah lebih kurang.
Yes, sebenarnya, tapi make sure jangan lebih 45 minit. Sebab kalau let's say kalau boleh you cuba guide dia. Cuba tanya yang you rasa macam you nak tahu sangat yang tu, you cuba guide. Tapi kalau boleh, please sangat-sangat for interview session tu you buat dalam 45 minit paling maksimum. Sebab apa? During transcribing akan ambil masa yang sangat lama. Especially for beginner. Sebab apa? You have to listen, you kena play, pause, lepas tu you nak kena write down lagi. So that's why 45 paling maksimum. Let's say, kalau informant tu tak menjawab, itulah saya faham sebab saya pun ada juga macam tu. So maybe you have to next interview session lah kot. Maybe you kena buat yang lain. Boleh?
Boleh doktor, thank you.
Dr. Naomi ada soalan ke?
Okay.
Okay, boleh saya proceed pada next one? Okay. The next one is a visual model of the coding process in QR. okay, qualitative research. So in the left slide, show that initial read through text data. So this one yang you kena baca, yang transcribe tu. So for sure they have a many page of text. After that, the second step, divide the text into segment of information, many segment of text. Okay, this part for data reduction yang apa buat merah-merah tu. So the third step, label the segment of information with code. So maybe you have 30 or 40 codes. Then the next step, reduce overlap and redundancy of code. So this one refer for category. Codes reduced to 20. Why? Because you already group based on the coding. Okay. After that, collapse code into team. Okay. So this one, if team, the numbers already reduced to 5 until 7 team. Okay. This is just an example. Okay. So please remember, you have, for example, you have 30 or 40 code. So this one refer to code. Okay, then already reduced to 20. So this one already grouped in category. Then your code reduced to 5 or 7 team. Okay, this one under team. Okay, so this is the process how you want to manage your QDA. Okay. Okay, tips. Naming the team and category. Okay, it best to write qualitative report, providing detailed information about a few teams rather than general information about many teams. The name of team can be come from three sources. For example, researcher from an idea, or participant from the transcript, the conversation, the interview session, and the literature based on the journal or article. Okay. Most common when the researcher come up with the term, concept, and category that reflect what he or she look in the data. Okay. So this is, for example, macam Encik Ashraf tanya tadi pasal team. Okay. So team kita boleh datang daripada idea kita, sama ada baru atau lama. Sebab kita buat kualitatif, sebab we want to explore the new, we want to find a new information. Okay. Okay, kita nak rehat kejap sebelum kita buat some exercise untuk you all nampak sikit apa tu proses, maksudnya nampak apa orang kata pocket tu sebenarnya. Ke nak rehat kejap tak? Takut you all dah tepu dah ni.
Boleh doktor? Rehat sekejap.
Boleh ya rehat eh? Kita rehat
Boleh.
dalam 10 minit.
Boleh.
Okay, kita rehat dalam 10 minit. Lepas tu kita akan back lah. Thank you.
Muhammad Idham ni siapa Ada dalam kelas kita ke?
Final year doktor ada.
Cuma saya ingat lupa lah. Hamidah ingat.
Assalamualaikum guys, welcome back. Selepas berteka-teki, siapa penceramah bebas merangkap seorang penyanyi yang ditahan remat oleh pihak berkuasa? Akhirnya, media melaporkan yang
Apa pasal radio tu?
satu program realiti keagamaan.
Pula.
Okey doktor.
Sure doktor.
Dah pergi minum air Milo kan semua?
Sejuk you all kat rumah ni. Okey, kalau okey, semua dah ada ke? Boleh start ke?
Boleh doktor. Boleh.
Boleh So kat skrin dah nampak ke yang ni?
Ada.
Nampak doktor?
Nampak.
Ada, okey. Okay, let's do some exercise. Actually, it's not exercise lah. Cuma just nak you all nampak how to manage QDA actually, okay? So this is the question, research question. Okay, unveil the possible function of an outreach teenage health clinic. Okay, for example, this is your research question. Okay. So you must remember co-cat. Co stand for code, K category, and T team. Okay. So for the first step, for example ya, ini contoh. This is open coding what you already have listed. Okay. So for example, pregnancy, smoking, self-esteem, misinformed, peer pressure, time, staff attribute, sexual behavior, alcohol, stress, understanding, own belief, venue, and conductive setting. Okay, this is for example what you already have to listing as a code. Okay, now the second process is we want to do a category. Okay. Okay, please remember that our aim doing COCAT, we want to reduce the long list, okay, of the code to a smaller, more manageable number. Okay, that's why we want to do COCAT. So if your data for open coding, you have like 14 coding, for example, so you have to group this open coding to the category. Okay. As a beginner, I know that this open coding you still cannot get some idea how to group this one. It's okay, but you have to read your literature, or you can ask your supervisor. Maybe it help you. To be honest, I'm also, when I'm first time facing this thing, I feel that too difficult to do a category because I have no experience before. Okay, so this is the listing of open coding. Then for step number 2, this is the example. Okay, so I feel that pregnancy and sexual behavior, I can group these two into sexual health. Okay, sexual health category for pregnancy and sexual behavior. Okay, after that, I feel that smoking and alcohol can be grouped into drugs. Then self-esteem and stress, I feel that, okay, this one under mental health. Misinformed, understanding, I feel that, okay, this one maybe we can group as a lack of knowledge. Okay, then peer pressure, own belief, I feel that, okay, this is based more to attitude. Okay, I group these two, and namely the code as attitude. Time, venue, okay, this is referred to availability. Then staff attribute and conductive setting. This one I group into approachability. Okay, this is the second step. Okay, so please remember you have to feel that if no new information, you should stop data collection. Then you have to proceed for the next step, which is team. Okay, team is a third step. Okay, now what you have to do, you have to group this category, which is sexual health, drug, mental health, lack of knowledge, attitude, availability, approachability. Group them in group by team. Okay, for your information, this category, which is namely sexual health, drugs, mental health, and so on, is based on your idea or your reading or literature. Okay, so you have to think about this, how to categorize this one. Okay, so the next step, team. How to do team? You have to group this category which is the similar. Okay, for example, I feel that sexual health, drugs, and mental health can be a group. Okay, then I namely this team as health issue for young people. Okay, please remember, team, a name of the team should be reflect our research question, and this team should answer the research question. Okay. So the second one. Okay. I feel that lack of knowledge and attitude can be a group. Okay. I group these two into area for assessing service. Okay. And the last one, availability and approachability. I group these two into incentive to use service. So this is how you do your COCAT. Okay. So is it this team answer the research question? Yes. Why? Because your RQ, wait for a while. For your RQ, you want to unveil the possible function of an outreach clinic. So we have three themes. What is? For the first one, health issue for young people, and barrier for accessing service, and also incentive for use service. So this theme reflect our research question. So this is how you manage your data. Okay, get it? Or you have any question to ask? So this is an example. Maybe you can get a clear picture how you manage your data after this. Okay? Any question?
Tak ada doktor, setakat ni faham. Saya lah.
Okay, nampak So boleh proceed for the next one.
Boleh doktor? Boleh.
Okay, boleh Okay, the next one. Okay, please remember COCAT, Co refer to code, K refer to category, and T refer to team are important part in QDA. So you have to remember how to do a coding, open coding. Then you list the open coding first. Then you group the similar meaning or something like boleh digroupkan as a category. Then from the category, you have to group again to the team. Why? Because the team will reflect your research question. Okay. So the next step. Okay, this is the last step in QDA. So interpret data. Okay, macam mana nak how to do interpret data? So you just making a comparison with the literature. You have to interpret data in the view of past research or show how the finding both support or contradict previous study. So you over here you can discuss. Maybe you can say that okay, based on previous study showed that blah 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 blah. But in my study showed that blah 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 blah. So this is the way how you interpret your data. Okay. So this is extra actually. Actually you already finished for QDA, but I just want to sharing you how to providing the visual data analysis. Okay. Mostly qualitative researcher often display their finding visually. For example, comparison table or metric, hierarchy tree diagram that represent team and their connection, box that show connecting between team and physical layout of the setting, personal or demographic information for each person or site. Actually, this is it's up to you. Based on the researcher creativity. Okay. Okay, this is an example. Okay, this is what I did in previous research because after I finished my PhD, I active involved with research. So this is what I draw my finding to. So I draw this diagram as my finding to present to or report to the stakeholder. So it clear. So people we said that qualitative like only wordy. So why not we try to provide our data, like quite can get some interesting stakeholder or leader. Okay, so this is like what I did for my previous research. So I draw this finding. Okay, actually this one all the team actually. So layer of the social ecosystem, individual, family, community. Okay, this is like what I did before. And okay, the next one is the same also, still the diagram. So this is how I manage my data. I mean, how I display my data to stakeholder. Okay, the next, okay, code book. Okay, this one extra also. I want to share how I manage my code book. Okay, okay. This is the way I do. Okay, actually at the right column, this one coding. Okay, what this is a coding. So I copy one by one based on the category and theme. So you can see over here, Marjorie, okay, Joss. So okay, you can see that they have a 2%, but they have mentioned about different contact. So what I did, I just copy them. Why? Because for the future, maybe you will use this one. That's why I create code book. So in code book, I have a 5 code book actually, because I have 5 research question. So one code book have all this data. So it easy for me. If I want to use for writing journal or article, I just use my code book. Why? Because everything, my data over here. Okay. So on the right, I for coding and okay, sorry. So at the left, this one for category and theme. Okay. Okay, next. All coding used as evident in your report. So that's why my suggestion is, I'm not sure, it's up to you how you want to manage your data. But what I did before this, or I help my friend, I mean, I also sharing what I did to my friend who do qualitative to do like this. Why? Because it help you guys to manage your data, because all the coding will use as a evidence in the report soon. Okay, I also I also I also nak cakap macam mana macam ni lah. Okay, please manage your data properly. Okay, properly. Why? Because you need the end during you want to do your report, you will use this coding. Okay, that's why please you have to manage your data properly. That's why I create cookbook so easy for me for the end of the process during report writing report. Okay. Okay, report. Okay, this one also extra. So I just want to share with you. Okay, as you know, report last stage of completion of the study. So this section, the researcher should interpret, comment the finding based on the finding, or we call it raw data lah. Then the result of the analysis should be present clearly to the reader. Okay, so this is an example how to do report in thesis or final year project FYP. Okay. Okay. In qualitative, yeah, we collect the data. During we do QDA, we have to start coding first. Coding, category, then develop theme, is it? But in writing, we have to start from the theme first. Okay, we have to report our theme first. Okay, So career transition to become a social entrepreneur as a team. Okay. Then I elaborate some of what actually career transition. Then after that, you have to report category. Okay. Nampak tak dia macam terbalik? Okay. You have to report a category. So you mention what your category. After that, you have to elaborate sikit your definition of your category. Then you have to interpret or comment. For example, what I did in this writing, Erika, who was willing to let go of the luxury life that she had previously, chose to become a social entrepreneur who is driven by her own personal reason. So this is example how to interpret or comment. Then, according to Erika, okay, this is evidence that support the category and theme. Okay, so evidence to support the category and theme, this is from your coding. That's why I did code book. It's easy for me for the next stage during my writing. For example, if let's say this evidence is not solid, I can choose the other one. Okay. So the same thing. After that, you interpret for the next next informant. Then you give the evidence, which is coding. Okay. Okay. I'm not sure. Okay, this is based on my supervisor, Dr. Noche, Prof. Latif, and Prof. Ismi. So they just give me to during the right report. They just said that maximum only 2 evidence for each category that we provide. Okay, maximum 3. You, if let's say in coding code book you have 5 evidence, maybe your thesis memang akan tebal. So my advice, this one not my advice lah, but my previous supervisor advised to provide only 2 evidence for each category. Okay. Okay. Next one. Okay. Qualitative data analysis software. Okay. Before I finish my sharing session for today, I will share with you guys a software that available in QDA. Actually, this software suitable when involving large data. Okay. And it help it more effective in qualitative data storage. And please bear in your mind, okay, computer software only help manage your data, but the idea of the information of category and theme are from researcher. Okay, so some of student or they will ask me, okay, diorang ingat yang software ni keluarkan idea, keluarkan coding, keluarkan kategori, keluarkan theme. No actually. Why? Because this software just help you to manage your data. But for me, based on my experience, if you ada software ni pun, if you do not know how to do QDA step by step as a basic, it quite difficult for you to use this software. Okay, actually dah banyak dah software ni. For example, Profilis, MVivo, Atlas, Kansana, QDR, Curie, Max, QDA, and so on. But in Malaysia, we have 2 quite popular. Which one? Okay, MVivo and Atlas. Okay, for your information, actually this price for this software around 4,000 or until 5,000. But this one, if you use student price, maybe around 400 to 500. But for me, as a beginner, you have to master your manually QDA first. If you not master on your QDA basic qualitative data analysis, it's not help you during your software. I mean using your software. Okay, I think that's all for today. Or you have any question?
So we open to the floor for any question. Yeah, Ashraf. Ashraf.
Ya saya.
Dah tanya soalan.
Saya rasa clear kot setakat ni. Like because I'm from zero, so basically I get like things more clear on how to work on this thing.
Okay. So apa tu? Oh, dekat box ni kita ada satu soalan pula daripada Hasraf. Dekat chat box Dr. Raihan.
Sekejap ya. For step 6 to compare with full study, I have limited full study. It's okay. You just kalau you have limited of previous research, it's okay. You just interpret based on your idea. No problem, because mine also have in my study previous pun ada yang tak ada langsung literature review. So I kena cakap yang okay, memang tak ada dalam literature ni untuk kita compare kan. So maybe kita boleh cakap yang this is a new finding in our ni. So you kena proof lah betul-betul. You kena cari, mula-mula you kena betul-betul you kena cari your literature review. For example, memang betul-betul tak ada, is okay. You kena mention, okay, this is new finding ataupun new information that you contribute for knowledge for our bidang macam tu.
Okay Ashraf, saya just tambah Okay, kalau memang betul-betul tak ada, it's okay. Macam yang Dr. Raihan kata tadi, it is solely can be based on your idea. But at the same time, you can refer to the relative yang terdekat. It is also that might be quite close to your study, so you boleh guna that one as your idea, as the idea to further your discussion in detail.
Yes.
Okay, tak ada kalau tak ada yang betul-betul dekat tak apa, tapi yang relatif, yang dekat-dekat tu untuk bagi idea kita untuk elaborate dengan detail lagi.
Okay, for example, Dr. Nawi saya nak tambah sikit sebab okay, saya punya bidang adalah HRD, Human Resource Development. But my study, my focusing about social entrepreneur, usahawan sosial. So I have a limited research on that. So sebab I conduct research masa tu PhD dalam 2014 macam tu lah. So still new dekat Malaysia, term tu pun orang tak tahu, sampai kan nak cari informant pun agak susah. So what I did, betul cakap Dr. Nomi, kita tengok yang similar. So I tak boleh nak cari pasal usahawan sosial ataupun social entrepreneur. So what I do, I tengok literature macam entrepreneur, usahawan. Okay. So I can boleh tengok macam ni sebab ada literature mengatakan usahawan biasa ataupun usahawan komersial adalah sama karakter dia dengan usahawan sosial, tapi dia ada pertambahan apa. Okay. So that's why you have to tengok yang dekat-dekat dengan you punya bidang to support. Dia boleh. Thank you Dr. Mi.
So, ada lagi soalan? Rugi tak tanya ni?
Hai, saya ada soalan. Alright, Dr. Raihan, if you could choose one, what is the biggest challenge in doing QDA?
For sure, open coding.
Why Dr.
Okay, macam ni. Mula-mula, to be honest, transcribe lah. Kalau you have, if you have, macam ni sebab this one a new skill you have to listen. Then you have to nak write down one by one apa student tu cakap, apa yang informant you cakap. Okay, itu sebenarnya dah susah. Sebab apa? Kalau you tak ada experience lagi, okay, contoh dalam 20 minit, maybe boleh makan berhari-hari sebenarnya. Sebab you have to play, stop, you nak write. You have play, stop, you nak write. Lepas tu you nak kena go back balik. Betul ke apa yang you salin? Betul ke apa yang you you tulis tu? So mula-mula yang susah kalau nak ikutkan dalam QDA, yang startnya proses adalah transcribe. Betul? So sebenarnya nak ikutkan transcribe yang susah. That's why kalau my suggestion untuk you all as a beginner, better you all buat dulu. Sebab you akan lagi dekat daripada data and then senang masa you nak buat coding nanti. And then that's why kalau saya pernah cakap before ni, kadang-kadang you tak nampak pun untuk first informant atau second informant, you tak nampak pun benda tu as your open coding, as your finding. Tiba-tiba bila you dah pergi dekat informant kelima atau keenam, baru you nampak, informant pertama dah cakap lah pasal ni, you boleh pergi balik. Okay, itu sebabnya dalam ni transcribe tu better you buat. Better you buat sebab you lagi faham. And then the second one, lepas transcribe, yang susah adalah nak buat open coding juga sebab you nak tengok betul ke tak. Tapi my suggestion, better you terus sediakan satu nota kecil ke apa ke, tepi you punya transcribe tu, your research question. So senang, you nak pick which one is code yang boleh answer your research question, macam tu. Okay. And then kategori yang kadang kita nampak macam susah, mula-mula susah. Maybe for the first or second informant, maybe you akan rasa susah juga. It's okay, tapi kalau you, sebenarnya macam ni, qualitative ni enjoy actually sebab you learn a new thing. Macam saya for sure lah, saya belajar masa PhD sebab saya tak ada basic langsung masa first degree and master. Memang macam nak menangis. Sebab apa? During PhD, kita orang kena lagi detail lagi. So that's why apa yang saya share by hari ni, sebenarnya the way I manage my data. How I manage my ni. Sebab our supervisor atau you attend mana-mana kelas, diorang takkan bagi step by step, A until Z. Takkan. So what I did, sebab saya time tu saya masa buat qualitative, I'm the only one yang, sebab my senior mostly semua buat quantitative, termasuk Dr. Nomi. So saya tak ada guide siapa yang boleh ajar saya A to Z. Mestilah saya malu kalau nak belajar dengan supervisor. Yelah, supervisor kita busy kan. So saya belajar sendiri, saya macam mana ni semua. After that, apa saya buat? Kawan-kawan saya yang ada qualitative, kita buat group. Even diorang adalah daripada bidang berbeza. Sebab my friend from food technology and bahasa Malaysia, bahasa Melayu. So kita orang buat group, kita buat sama-sama. Cara analisis everything. So saya ajar diorang. Okay, Kak, better buat macam ni. Kak, saya buat macam ni. So my friend pun follow lah my step everything. So diorang pun semua alhamdulillah semua dah graduate. So that's why we have to manage our data. So that's why I feel lucky juga today Dr. Nomi and Hadi and team invite, so saya boleh share actually step by step that you cannot get outside. Okay. I think that's all. Sorry, siapa namanya tak ditanya, saya takut tak menjawab pula. Tapi sebenarnya kategori so far okay. Nanti masa you nak buat kategori dengan team tu, sebenarnya time tu you akan discuss with your supervisor. That's why saya buat code book. Supervisor akan check. Dia akan kata, okay Raihan, this one tak sesuai. Maybe this one boleh pergi kat team tu, ni boleh pergi kat team ni, macam tu. So that's why we have to have a meeting lah dengan supervisor. Okay, nak tanya apa lagi ke?
Tu memang very good tip from Dr. Raihan. Memang saya cakap dalam kelas, during the session dalam research method ke any class yang you attend, belajar betul-betul dalam tu. Because why? When you meet your supervisor, when you arrange letter with your supervisor, kita tak boleh tanya, bukan tak boleh tanya banyak. Sometimes your supervisor has limited time to entertain you individually. So kalau ada peluang, ada masa, belajar, tanya banyak-banyak soalan. Okay, ada ruang tu tanya banyak-banyak. Sebab apa bila dia dapat supervisor nanti supervisor memang tak sempat nak layan.
Yes, betul.
So you need to explore yourself.
Betul, saya
So
setuju.
okay, ada apa-apa nak tanya lagi tak?
Siapa yang setuju tadi? Salina ya?
Setuju sangat. Dah tua-tua ni tahu dah macam mana seksa. Kalau tak
Sebab it's okay. Tak apa Kak, saya faham. Sebab my friend pun around masa kami sama-sama buat PhD tu, kawan saya lecture IPG around umur dia pun dalam 50 lebih. So saya faham macam mana nak ajar kualitatif. So that's why apa yang saya buat, saya ajar dia macam it's okay, you just follow my step. Even kita punya bidang totally different. Because saya HRD, dia bahasa Melayu. Dan my friend pula daripada group food technology. So what we do, okay, sebab saya dah ada experience dulu. Sampai my friend cakap, susahnya macam mana nak kategori ni, macam mana nak ni. It's okay, sebab kita dah lalu, kita rasa sebenarnya senang. Enjoy sangat kualitatif ni. Sebab before ni, to be honest ya, masa saya buat PhD, masa saya cakap saya nak buat kualitatif, saya dah punya otak saya dah jam. Sebab apa? Kita ada one mindset dalam otak kita, kualitatif ni susah.
Yes.
And then kita tak dapat GOT. Sebenarnya benda ni kita kena buang mindset ni jauh-jauh. Okay. Why? Sebab benda ni lah buatkan kita rasa takut, rasa susah. Sebenarnya, to be honest, saya enjoy sangat during saya buat research dalam kualitatif. Sebab you learn a new thing. Sampai that's why sampai saya jadi tak sabar untuk ajar kawan-kawan saya. Nanti buat macam ni nanti buat macam ni macam tu. So alhamdulillah during saya buat PhD tu, sebab saya tak GOT lah sebab ada problem sikit. So my friend yang saya kata cikgu tu, yang lecture IPG tu, dia GOT. Can you imagine? Saya guide dia sebab kita orang sama-sama ni, saya guide dia pada A sampai Z. Dia boleh GOT, dia boleh hantar thesis kualitatif dan dia pun first time buat kualitatif during PhD 3 tahun. So sampai kata, Rehan, akak tak gerti macam mana nak pakai software everything. It's okay, we can learn. So just buat benda ni, just enjoy.
Betul.
So moment tu lah moment. So kita orang memang ada group kualitatif. Sampai sekarang still keep in touch lah. Sebab kita orang macam susah senang bersama. So jangan rasa takut untuk buat kualitatif, untuk PG dan untuk degree pun sebenarnya enjoy. Seriously, enjoy. And then kalau you all nak tahu, buat transcribe tu, diupah je, boleh cari as your side income.
No.
Tak ada lah.
Dia nak mention dia.
Ya. Sorry, just saying.
Because I have to force my student to do that by themselves. Tak boleh.
Okay. Yeah, that's why.
Untuk Eugene ni approach dia lain. Dia memang kena paksa buat sendiri dulu.
Kalau tak paksa, tak tahu flow.
Ya,
Dia ada feel tu, benda tu. Biar lambat, as long ada progress.
Yes, betul.
Okay, so any question from all the audience?
Hamidah.
Dr. Sen,
Okay, Nabila.
is it possible for you to share this slide with us?
Sure, boleh, no problem. Nanti saya akan,
thank you so much.
saya dah bagi dekat Hadi, nanti Hadi akan pass to ni lah, dekat you lah.
Boleh.
Alright.
Okay.
Hadi,
Thank you.
Make sure before you spread the distribute the slide tu, nanti kalau boleh letak credit goes to Dr. Raihan for each slide.
Boleh kan?
Boleh.
Dr. Raihan.
Ya, saya.
Saya Siti Sarbanun. Ni out of topic lah saja nak tanya doktor punya experience. Along the PhD journey tu, how many time did you change the topic? Ada tak experience tu?
Of course. Itu normal. That's why kalau kita dalam kualitatif, contoh topik tu normal. Approach tu pun you kadang-kadang bila you dah collect data, kadang-kadang data you kena tukar approach. Dan juga kadang-kadang data you tu buatkan you kena tukar research question. So that's why uniknya kualitatif ni. Based on kepada kadang you boleh tengok, okay, biasalah title tu dah banyak kali. Tu belum cerita yang first sampai yang sekarang ni. So that one is normal. tukar method normal, tukar supervisor pun normal, tukar research question pun normal. That one is normal because we have to learn a new thing. Betul tak? Itu sebabnya dalam PhD ni kita rasa macam sorry ya adik-adik yang degree-degree ni, minta maaf, bukan nak menakutkan, tapi this is yang buatkan falsafahnya you all. Okay, itulah. Okay?
Dia
Seronok
macam,
sebenarnya.
saya rasa dia macam satu ketakutan yang mengujakan. Macam looking forward to ketakutan tu. Tapi how we tackle back lah the barrier tu kan.
Okay. Sebenarnya saya rasa kan, based on my experience, this one based on your mind. I mean, macam mana you nak letak, maksudnya, apa yang you fikir. You kena betul-betul clearkan you punya mind. Okay, aku nak buat PhD ni sebab apa? Memang kita rasa PhD tu susah. Saya lagi lah. To be honest, saya pun tak sangka saya boleh buat PhD. Sebab saya bukannya good student actually. Okay? Maksudnya huha sikit lah. Jenis macam yang bukan more academic. Saya tak suka. Macam tu. So after that, saya try macam nak buat PhD macam tu. Rupanya bila you buat PhD, oh my god, macam ni perjalanannya. Tapi saya fikir yang positif lah. Benda ni menjadikan saya yang yang baru, maybe macam tu. That's why kita kena clearkan our mindset. Okay, PhD ni senang je, kita akan belajar benda baru. Macam tu, you kena positif je. Tipulah. Saya tak pernah jatuh. Saya pernah jatuh. That's why kita jatuh tu, kita kena bangkit balik. Jangan kita duk menangis kat bucu katil. Oh macam mana ni susahnya. No. You kena bangun. You jatuh, you bangun. That's why kalau kita nak buat apa-apa, kita kena tengok pada big why. Contoh, saya nak kurus. Saya kena kena kurus ni. Kenapa? Senang nak solat. So kita kena ada big why. Kenapa ni? Contoh kalau saya susah nak diet, nanti susah nak solat. Macam tu. Sama juga kita dalam nak buat belajar ni, nak habiskan degree, master atau PhD. So kita kena tengok big why kita. Sebab apa? Sebab kalau kita jatuh, kita boleh bangun balik. Okay. Tipulah saya tak menangis. Sepanjang PhD saya menangis. Tapi tips dia macam ni. Bak kata Dr. Nomi, you nangis boleh 1 hari saja. The next day you have to start. Okay. Memang betul. That's why dalam writing juga, apa yang saya buat, saya akan rest dalam 1 minggu tu only 1 day. Hari Sabtu saja. Hari Sabtu lah nak basuh rumah ke apa ke. Sebab apa? Momentum writing tu. That's why Isnin, sebab perasan tak orang cakap pasal Monday's Blue? Kan? Kenapa? Sebab you nak start momentum hari Isnin. Dan perasan tak kenapa Ladies Night hari Rabu atau Khamis? Sebab apa? You nak release tension. Sebab hari Rabu, orang dah penat. Sebab apa? Baru dapat momentum, tiba-tiba Ahad, tiba-tiba hari Jumaat dah nak cuti. So, apa yang saya buat, saya just rest hari Sabtu sahaja. Saya tak buka laptop. Tapi hari Ahad, saya akan cuba buka laptop supaya walaupun tak buat writing, saya just buat table ke apa ke, buka laptop supaya saya ada momentum untuk hari Isnin nanti. Macam itulah saya punya tips. Okay.
We have one question in chat box. Sorry.
Mana ya? Sekejap ya. Dear Doctor, I have a question based on the doctor's opinion. Which one is more challenging qualitative research? Okay. To be honest ya, saya kena natural on this Saya kena natural on this. To be honest, kalau ikutkan kualitatif or kuantitatif, kalau yang challenge tu for sure kualitatif. That's why most of student takut nak buat kualitatif. Sebab apa? Tak boleh GOT. But for degree student, it's okay because you tak go deeper. Macam untuk master dengan PhD ni. So it's okay kalau degree you buat kuali, it's okay. That's why your informant around 2-3 based on your supervisor kalau approve, maybe okay lah, tak ada masalah lah. Maybe just nak prepare yourself before you nak quote you nak continue your study untuk master or PhD. That's why your preparation actually. But if you PG student, postgraduate, master or PhD, you kena tengok, mula-mula you nak kena tengok dulu. Your study ni new thing ke apa. So you kena tengok dulu. Kalau you macam nak go deeper, you nak go explore, you have to go qualitative. Tapi you kena betul-betul all out. Why my friend boleh GOT? Sebab dia ada guide. Siapa guide dia? Saya. Saya guide dia sebab saya senior daripada dia. That's why dia boleh GOT. Sebab masa saya dah data analysis, dia baru register first sem. Saya kenal dia pun dekat library. That's why kakak tu boleh GOT in qualitative. 3 tahun. Record dia 3 tahun bagi saya. So my suggestion, kalau you tanya saya qualitative or quanti, for sure lah quanti lagi senang. Sebab apa? Lepas you dah siap proposal 1, 2, 3, after that you pergi collect data. You collect data, you collect semua data, tapi sebelum you nak collect data, you have to validate your instrument first. Whether kuat ke tak, kuat dia punya kata valid ke tak kan. Then you collect your data, maybe around Malaysia. After that, you just key in. You key in your data in SPS maybe or MOS. After that, you just run, you already get the number. Macam tu ke Dr. Nomi. Itu yang saya nampak lah sebab peringkat saya sampai master je. Tapi masa PhD, saya attend juga kelas statistik, multivariate statistik for PhD and also MOS. Saya belajar juga pasal MOS tapi saya tak mendalami lah sebab saya mau kepada kuali kan. So to be honest, memang kualitatif agak sakit sikit tapi you enjoy. Okay? That's why that's my opinion lah based on my experience. Ke Dr. Nomi nak tambah apa? Okay, sama-sama.
In my class, I didn't see anything related to which one yang susah, which one to senang because I want to encourage them to do both. But kadang-kadang student kalau kita kata susah dia tak nak buat. So I encourage them, I kata both of the method they complement each other. Kuali tak boleh hidup tanpa kuanti, kuanti tak boleh hidup tanpa kuali. And then both have their own phases of challenges. Kalau dalam kuali ni perhaps the challenges when you collect your when you want to manage your data. But in kuanti during your data collection itself is very challenging. And then when you want to prepare the instrument itself, dia ada stage-stage yang satu senang, satu susah, satu susah, satu senang.
Yes.
Just complement each other.
Yes.
Okay?
But for me actually kenapa rasa susah in kuali sebab kita tak tahu actually. Sebab kita tak tahu. Bila you tahu, benda tu jadi senang. That's why masa mula-mula saya buat qualitative tu saya macam kita ada block dekat kita punya mind kan. Kuali ni susah. Kalau boleh saya tak nak buat kuali. Tapi saya kena buat kuali. So saya fikir balik. Memang mula-mula masa saya nak start coding, saya menangis. Saya menangis dekat library, saya menangis. Kenapa susah ni? Saya menangis. Sambil saya buat coding, saya menangis. Dan saya fikir balik, saya set dalam otak saya kata, okay Rehan, kenapa kau rasa susah? Sebab kau tak tahu. Bila kau tahu, benda ni semua jadi senang. So masa mula-mula saya belajar in vivo dengan supervisor saya, Dr. Mursyid, saya siap record lagi. Doktor kejap, saya nak record. Apa doktor tekan. Macam rasa macam, yelah sebab you tak tahu kan you record. Oh tekan ni. So bila kawan you tanya, Rehan boleh tak ajar macam mana in vivo? Saya ajar dia. Macam ni tekan ni, kejap Rehan saya nak record. So saya tersenyum balik lah. Oh inilah dulu masa saya nak belajar dengan supervisor saya record. So sekarang kawan saya pula minta record. Sebab apa? Kita dah tahu basic. Kita dah tahu macam mana nak buat. Itu saja. So saya harap membantu you guys. If kalau ada apa-apa maybe you can tanya you punya supervisor lah.
Any question? Boleh tambah lagi soalan? Dah tak ada, dah tepu dah semua. Dah tak boleh
dah.
Any other questions? Tak ada dah? Tak ada. Okay, saya pass dekat Arisha lah. Arisha kan moderator hari ni.
Okay, thank you, Doctor. So, I guess there is no more questions from the participants. So, I think let's conclude our session for today. I would like to say thank you, Dr. Raihan, thank you to Dr. Normi because make this session, because for me, I think I get the clear picture. Not really all, but at least like the percent is increased for me. So I think that's all. We can end this session, I guess. Yeah, Doctor.
Okay.
Okay, so thank you, Dr. Raihan. Thank you, Dr. Normi.
Okay, sama-sama. So saya harap apa yang saya ajar ni you dapatlah sikit. Okay, dapat 10% pun I feel good. Okay. So selamat menempuh keunikan perjalanan buat research ni ya. Just enjoy je. Okay, Assalamualaikum.
Thank you, Doktor.
Bye.
Salam. Thank you, Doktor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Doktor.
Thank you, Doktor.